The 2023 U.S. Figure Skating Championship. The last national of the season is taking place at the same time as European. Why figure skating gods? European and US nationals will start on January 23rd and end on the 29th. I hope that next season ISU does better at event planning. I'm not sure how I will be able to watch all this skating, but I will try. Starting with the 2023 US Figure Skating Championship, we go into this knowing the winners for all four disciplines is already decided. The women champion is Isabeau Levito, men is Illia Malinin, pairs Alexa Knierim and Brandon Frazier, and ice dance is Madison Chock and Evan Bates. The only way this outcome can be changed is if someone has a complete meltdown on the ice. Now, just because the winners have been decided doesn't mean there are no surprises left. As a matter of fact, the only known factors at national are the gold medalists. The rest of the podium and placements are wide open. Starting with the men's event, even knowing this is a coronation for Illia Malinin, we have no idea who the other two men joining him for the podium are. Hopefully, Illia will now have the timing for the short program and we can finally see him skate two clean programs this season. Technically, I'm expecting this to be a landslide win for Illia. I am so happy that Jason Brown decided to do one more national. Honestly, I will be perfectly happy if Jason decides to do all double jumps and focus on what only he can do, which is giving us a breathtaking performance. Without a doubt, my silver medalist is Jason. Rounding off my podium is Camden Pulkinen, another inconsistent skater that has the goods but may or may not deliver. Camden has had a decent season so far, and with a world spot on the line, I think he will show up prepared for national. My pewter medalist impossible dark horse is Jimmy Ma. Again, inconsistency is the name of the game with Ma. However, every now and then Jimmy has a moment of brilliance. If he has one of these moments at national, the podium is not out of question for Ma. Other top 8 finishers for the men could possibly be Maxim Niemov, a lovely skater with good jump technique. Then there's Tomoki Hiwatashi. We can never count out Tomoki because he has a history of showing up at nationals after having a disastrous season and then booking himself that ticket to full continent. We also have Yaroslav Penat and Andrew Tokashev. Both are capable skaters with good coaching teams looking to make a statement. Could National be that place to make that statement? I think it can. The US currently has 3 men's spots which they are desperately trying to keep. If I'm on the selection committee, I'm sending Illia Malinin, I'm sending Jason Brown, I'm sending Camden Pokinen. In my opinion, this is the safest option in terms of trying to keep those spots. With pairs, even though the gold is 100% guaranteed to Alexa Knierim and Brendan Frazier, the rest of the pairs are so inconsistent that I have no idea who will be on the podium or in the top 6. So the best I can do is guess. With Alexa and Brendan golden, the silver should go to Emily Chen and Spencer Howe. This pair has world-class element, however, they have yet to deliver a clean program. Yet, even without skating clean, I can see them doing enough to get the silver medal and a ticket to World. As for the bronze and the pewter medal, most of the senior pairs are too new for me to form an opinion on how they will skate. Instead, I'm going to take a chance and bet on 2 junior teams who are making their senior debut. The bronze I will give to Anastasiia Smirnova and Daniil Siianytsia. I love the look of this team. Even though they are still in their developing stage, they already have great lifts and a first-rate twist. They have been injured this season, so this is a gamble on my part. However, if they come back strong, I would have them on the podium. My pewter is the other junior team, that being Sonia Bremen and Daniil Tit-Omensev. And this team is just at the start of their career. However, the potential is there, and I see a bright future for them. The other two spots in the top six, I would put the brother and sister team of Maria Nokova and Ivan Nokov. And then I would also add Valentina Plaza and Maximiliano Fernandez. This is mostly guesswork and could be completely wrong. Maybe it will be one of the newly formed pairs who have the national of a lifetime. However, I don't have enough information in terms of competition to say which of these teams this will be. This is the one of the reasons why I'm really looking forward to pairs, because anything can happen and I love the excitement of not knowing what the outcome will be. Fortunately for US skating, pairs is so weak right now in terms of a discipline as a whole that I can easily see the US getting three spots for Worlds next season. I can easily see if Alexa and Brendan come first or second, and if, let's say, Emily and Spencer manage to finish top eight, I don't think the US is really stressing out about their spots for pairs. So pairs is one of the better disciplines for the US right now. This dance is so competitive in the US that even with Madison, Chock, and Evan Bate set to win the gold, the battle for the other medals will be tight. With Caitlin Hawaik and Jean-Luc Baker withdrawing from nationals to focus on their health, the silver and bronze medal are now up for grabs. I am so happy with this movement towards self care first that these athletes are taking. I hope both physically and mentally healthcare continues to take center stage in sport, especially in figure skating. With Caitlin and Jean Luc out, the podium is shaping up a little differently than what I imagined. Starting with Madison and Evan, I hope they show up to nationals with two programs that have been leveled up to the max, especially that free program. With Piper Gillis and Paul Poirier not competing at Canadian nationals, the ball is now back in Madison and Evans' corner. This is their chance to show why they should be the world champion. I hope they make the best of this situation and use it to build momentum by showing us the progress that they have made over the season with these programs. Now, for the difficult choice of silver and bronze. This really will come down to personal preference because the two contenders are so close. The silver I will give to Caroline Green and Micah Parson. Yes, the material for this season was a missed opportunity. However, the raw talent and skill is there. This is their first year with a new coaching staff, so they are still trying to find their way. But the potential for growth for this team, in my opinion, is great. The bronze and maybe the silver, depending on how things play out, should be Christina Carreira and Anthony Ponomarenko. In terms of skating skill, Christina and Anthony are behind Green and Parson. However, in terms of skating politics, Christina and Anthony may have an advantage. If Marie France and that team decides to put their political muscle into it, I could see them getting the job done. I really think the bronze and the silver will be decided on the day at the event. As for the rest of the top 10, there are so many hungry skaters that I feel like it's hard to pick because anyone can have a moment and make a statement. Now, based on their performance and placement so far this season, I would put Emily Brazzi and Ian Somerville in the pewter position. This team is a little unevenly matched, with Ian being the stronger of the two. However, Emily is progressing nicely. With the right packaging and program, I can see this team moving up next season. In fifth place, and the pair that I am really looking forward to seeing, are Emily Zinga and Vladim Kolovsky. I am still devastated over the split of Vladim with his former partner, Evelyn Nguyen. I was so invested in this junior couple that I thought they could become world and Olympic medalists. But it was not meant to be. I'm not as invested in this new pairing. However, there is something special here, and I want to see how they grow. This pair is extremely well matched in that both Emily and Vadim have good skating skill and nice ice presence. I think they have a bright future in ice skating if they get the right team behind them and they are put together well. Rounding out my top six is Oma Brown and Gage Brown. This young pair is really talented. However, the program they have this season really doesn't show this. Also, this may be an unpopular opinion. However, I honestly think they would both be more successful with other partners, but this is just my opinion. As for the rest of the top 10, we are likely to see pairs like Mali Cisnik and Yurov, Loren McNamara and Anton Spiridonov. These are two teams that have been around for a while and are kind of stuck at the lower to bottom standing of the international poll. We also will see teams like Catalina Wolfsten and Jeffrey Chen, as well as Ava Pate and Logan Bai in the top 10. Katerina and Jeffrey had a very difficult season. However, the skill is there, and if they have the mindset and the willpower, they can still make a comeback. Ava and Logan, on the other hand, do not have the skating skills. However, they have the political connection, and that will keep them in the conversation. Honestly, I dislike their free dance with a passion, and I hope to never see it again after the season is over. I have a lot of young senior teams on my list for the top 10, and that is because I personally think this is the way the Federation should go. Let's say Madison and Evan and Caitlin and Jean-Luc skate until 2026 Milan. Instead of the Federation investing in some of the older skaters who have been on this circuit for years and continue to score on the lower part of the international standing, I think it's better for the Federation to invest in the younger generation. I want to see these young skaters being more promoted on the international competition, being given opportunity and chances to stand on bigger stages, that way getting them in front of coaches, getting them in front of fans, and building up their confidence. Um, Honestly, I don't see the US not getting three spots for Worlds next year. Whichever three they decide to send, I think they'll be able to maintain that three spots. What I think will be interesting is that ice dance should probably be the most competitive of all the disciplines at US National, which means it will also be the discipline where the most shenanigan and drama happen. And you guys know I love the drama, so I am here for it. The same way that men is a coronation for Illia Malinin, the women event is Isabeau Levito's crowning party. The US desperately wants a woman champion who has the technical firepower to compete with Russia, Japan, and South Korea. With Isabeau, the US believe they have that. In the short run, I agree with them. Isabeau has many lovely skating qualities that I like. However, her jump technique is straight out of the Iteri Tuberezzi handbook. Unfortunately, if her jumps are not fixed soon, Isabeau may face a similar fate to the other Iteri girls. However, for right now, the US will crown Isabeau as their national champion and send her to Worlds with all the backing that they can muster. As for who I see on the podium with Isabeau, the safest pick I can make right now is Audrey Shin. Aside from Isabeau, Audrey had the most consistent outing this season so far. So I'm giving Audrey Shin the silver. As for the bronze and the rest of the top 10, guys, I have no idea. The US women are so inconsistent that I just don't know what we will get. We might see one of the most competitive US women nationals in years, or a complete hot mess. For me, the bronze is a three-way tie between Ember Glenn, Lindsey Thorngreen, and Ava Ziegler. I will give the bronze medal to Ember Glenn, hoping that she can deliver two clean programs under pressure. This has yet to happen in her career, and this is why hoping is a major factor in this decision that I have made. Next is Lindsey. Despite a hard season, I can see Lindsey delivering here and taking the bronze. Technically, Lindsey is the strongest US woman. However, if you can't deliver under pressure, it doesn't mean much even if you have the arsenal. I hope Lindsey makes the most of this opportunity. Lastly is Ava Ziegler. Realistically, she is the most likely dark horse in this event. Ava is hungry and she has nothing to lose. If anyone should go for broke, Ava is the one best positioned to do so. Rounding out my top six, and this is a choice made purely for sentimental reason, is Gracie Gold. With good jump technique, if Gracie could deliver, it could be a thing to behold. I am so sick of pre-rotated and under-rotated jumps. I want to see real jumping done from the legs with power, speed, and girth. You guys know how much I love me a girthy jumper. If Gracie is on, we will get that and so much more. I also think we may be surprised by some of the juniors competing here. Like Josephine Lee, this is a well-balanced skater who can give the seniors a run for their money technically. The same can also be said for Claire So, a beautiful skater with speed, spin, and powerful jumps when she is on. We also have some tried and true veterans like Brady Tennell, Gabriella Izzo, Star Andrew, and Soja Hilmer who can't be ignored. Who can't be ignored. Sometimes the deciding factor between victory and defeat is experience. And some of these women have tons of experience. The women event is there for the taking by any skater who is brave enough to do so. I really hope the women show up at National and deliver. I am also waiting to see what kind of shenanigan and political nonsense is pulled at this event. I am about the drama for our mamas. You guys already know this. Anyhow, this is a rundown of what I believe will happen at the 2022 US Figure Skating Championships. However it plays out, I am ready for the ups, the down, and the drama. After all, the blades are thin, the ice is slippery, and anything that could happen in figure skating will happen. But you guys let me know. Please share your podiums with me in the comments below.